That's right, Wolf. Well, there are a lot of investigations playing out right now trying to figure out what led up to Jacob Blake being shot. But what we do know for sure is that people are angry. They have expressed that anger through demonstrations, and you look no further than the video to see why. Again, a warning, what you're about to see may be considered graphic. You see Jacob Blake walking around his car, followed by at least 2 officers. And then as the door to the driver's side opens and he starts to get in the car, that is when the officer behind him opens fire 7 times in a row from point blank range, really as close as you can get as far as those shots go. Now, as far as we know right now, Blake is still alive in serious condition. And as we understand from both his attorney and from a friend close to the family, that he is still in the ICU at this hour. But again, a lot of anger and frustration over how this is unfolded as we still look for more answers for why. Wolf.
The officers involved, Omar, have been put on administrative leave. What are police saying about the shooting?
Well, police are frankly saying that they need more of the picture to make a determination in this. As you mentioned, these officers are on administrative leave, and as we understand, they are cooperating. It's the Wisconsin State Department of Justice that is leading this investigation over the course of this. But you look no further than the statement put out by the Kenosha Professional Police Association, who said, and I'm quoting here, "As always, the video currently circulating does not capture all the intricacies of a highly dynamic incident. We ask that you withhold from passing judgment until all the facts are known and released." What we do know about what led up to this at this point is police say that they were responding to a domestic incident. Both the attorney for the family, Ben Crump, and an eyewitness says that this was someone who was trying to break up a fight between 2 women. But all of this, of course, is information that the DOJ, at least here in the state, is looking at. And of course, many are anxious to see how all of this plays into further proceedings. Wolf.
And the Kenosha mayor just announced that the police department in Kenosha, police department does not have body cameras. They haven't had that budgeted, at least not yet. All right, Omar, we'll stay in very close touch with you. Thank you very much. Let's get some more on this very disturbing case. Joining us now, the attorney Ben Crump. He's representing Jacob Blake and his family. He's also represented families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Thanks so much, Ben, for joining us. First of all, what can you tell us about Jacob Blake's condition? Do you have an update?
Well, the only update is what was told to his family in the wee hours of the morning, that he's in stable condition, but he's still in ICU, and they cannot tell at this moment what his prognosis will be.
What about his children? I understand 3 of his sons actually witnessed the shooting. Is that right?
It is correct, Wolf, and it's just shocking and outrageous and devastating to people like me who saw the video. Can you imagine the psychological issues these 3 babies are going to have for the rest of their lives, seeing their father shot these many times in the back from the people who were supposed to protect and serve him?
Beyond the video and the terrible incident that we've seen in the video, what more, Ben, are you learning about how this unfolded?
Well, we're still waiting for the facts to be confirmed, but what it does tell us, whether it's George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Rayshard Brooks, there is an issue with the culture and the behavior of policing in America, Wolf. And if we don't have this systematic reform that this moment in America is crying out for, then we're going to continue to see hashtag after hashtag, protest after protest, and cities burning all across America, because we now are seeing it with our own eyes that there are 2 justice systems in America, one for Black America and one for white America, and we're fighting for equal justice for all Americans.
Have you heard anything at all, Ben, from the police or the police union about why he was shot 7 times in the back? Have they given you any explanation at all?
None whatsoever. They continue to try to say, well, that's only a snapshot. And it's a double standard, because if the roles were reversed and they had Jacob Blake doing something nefarious, they would show that video and they would say that the video tells it all. And now why is it different when everybody see that video? They say, well, don't rush to judgment. But yet that's what they do with people in our community on a regular basis. Well, all we want is equal justice.
Do you know, Ben, if there's any additional video? We know there's no body camera video, but maybe video from a police officer's dash camera or perhaps from other bystanders.
You know, we don't know, but several people have called my office who witnessed the incident. So we're hoping we can glean some further insight as to what happened to help show the transparency and then lead to the accountability. The family wants these police officers to be held accountable. The one who shot him, they want him terminated.
Well, the police officers are now on leave. So what do you and the family want to see next? I understand termination is something you want, but do you want to see criminal charges? How far do you want to see this go?
Well, you want him to be held fully accountable, all the officers who were responsible for this unnecessary, senseless shooting to be held accountable, just like in George Floyd, where officers, if they did anything to aid and abet, you want them to be held accountable. But most importantly, Wolf, what we want is a more just society where George Floyd has the opportunity to breathe, Breonna Taylor has the opportunity to sleep in peace, Ahmaud Arbery has the opportunity to run free, and now Jacob Blake has the opportunity to celebrate his son's birthday party like any father should without being shot by the police.
And do you know what was going on before the video actually captured him walking around the car, going to the car door, and then being shot in the back 7 times? What was going on that led up to that?
Well, as I said before, we're still waiting for the intricate facts to be confirmed. However, we know it was a birthday party for his 8-year-old son. In that car when he was shot, Wolf, was his 8-year-old son, his 5-year-old son, and his 3-year-old son. It was supposed to be a festive, joyous occasion, but can you imagine every birthday for the rest of his life now will always bring back these horrific, just devastating.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know, tomorrow marks, what, 3 months since George Floyd's murder. Ben, what do you think it will take so you're not back here on this program representing another grieving family down the road?
You know, and it's funny because 48 hours ago in Lafayette, Louisiana, Trayford Pellerin was killed in the same manner, police shooting him in the back on video. I was talking to Senator Kamala Harris, and I said, we have to have it start from the top. At the United States Congress and the president signed the law, the George Floyd Justice and Accountability Act, where we changed the entire culture and behavior of policing in America, where when they interact with black people, it's not shoot first and then let's figure out how to justify it later. No, we want you to protect and serve us too, just like you protect and serve everybody else. Don't police us and then protect and serve other people. This is America, and we have to have our leaders lead now. Are these young people are going to continue and march and protest, whether in Portland, whether in Lafayette, Louisiana, and now in Wisconsin, and they're not going to be silent. They're not going to let them sweep the deaths of black human beings under the rugs like they have done for decades in America.
And our hearts, of course, go out to those 3 little boys who witnessed their dad being shot in the back. He's alive. Let's hope he has a full recovery. Ben Crump, thank you so much for joining us.